Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, Rings of Power Episode 7. Last episode was by far the best so far this series. I would say Druin exploding is probably the highlight of this season, but, I haven't seen the last two episodes yet, of course, but that's a pretty significant event, really cool in terms of special effects, and I think, just probably a highlight for me anyway. There are a couple things that I would have to point out that I didn't notice until I edited. And of course, I go through when I'm editing a lot slower than I would when I'm watching it, and I have to replay it a couple of times. But a couple of things that stood out to me. I didn't realize on my first watch that Adar had actually escaped. But when the ash from Druin comes blowing in and hits that barn he was held captive in, he's already gone. There's just shackles on the floor. So, curious how he escaped, where he went, how that plays into this episode. Really curious. Another thing that I found when I was editing was a symbol on Theo's shirt. Theo's shirt has multiple symbols on it, but one of the ones that stood out to me in this episode, and it barely was glimpsed, is that he's got a picture of that Morgul blade or key on his shirt. And it's in its realized form. So, in other words, once you bloody that key or sword, it takes a full shape. Well, that full shape is represented on Theo's shirt. So that just deepens the mystery around who his father is for me, because I'm not sure why he would have this shirt. It obviously looks like he's worn it for a long time, and he probably wears it every day, but it looks a little oversized for him, so I don't know. What my guess would be, it would be his father's. If not, who sewed those symbols on the shirt? Why would they know that symbol? I mean, it was obviously held by Waldrig in his barn, but somebody who made that shirt knew what that thing looked like in its full form. So, really curious to see how that comes in. Theo's father's obviously a big mystery in this show, and I think probably more important than we realize. But anyway, also the Tilion or Man on the Moon theory that I threw out there in a couple episodes ago. At the end of episode 5, I unfortunately saw a preview trailer for another upcoming episode. It was just like 30 seconds that auto played at the end there. I didn't mean to watch it, but it unfortunately happened. And it shows one of the cult members that showed up at the end of episode 5 using what looks like magic. So now I really am going to jump down that Man on the Moon theory a little bit further. So the only female Maiar I know of, and so first of all, there are countless Maiar in Tolkien's works, right? Only a few of them, well, no, there's actually a long list of them named even, but two of the people named, Tilion and Arion, are the pilots, if you will, of the moon and the sun, respectively. And in Bilbo's poem that Frodo recites in the Fellowship of the Ring about the man on the moon coming down, there is some reference to this, but it is picked up elsewhere in the book, that Tilion comes down to Middle-earth at one point to go track down and find his love, who is the pilot of the sun, or Arion, another Maiar. And I was going to say earlier that she's the only Maiar that I know of that's a female, or takes female form. So I'm just jumping into this Tilion and Arion kind of Man on the Moon theory even further. I just get more and more convinced that that is the Man on the Moon. And it would do a lot to explain why the hobbits have in their ancestor lore this whole story about the Man on the Moon coming down. And, I guess he likes brown beer amongst other things. But as I said again, if this is Tilion and he's the Man on the Moon, then he's going after Arion, a person he loves but doesn't reciprocate that love. And that he's got to track her down and put her back into her place in the sky for the skies to become right again. And I guess that says a lot about what Sadok said when he was reading his book, that the skies are strange. Well, maybe they're strange because the sun and the moon are pilotless right now. Anyway, that's a very deep cut into Tolkien's works, but also referenced in the material that these folks have license to. So amongst all the Maiar who I think this person might be, I've kind of lost my thoughts about him being Sauron, obviously, but I also don't think that he's Gandalf as others might think. It seems like they try to make him look as if he's Gandalf, but there's too many references otherwise to make him, to me, seem like he's supposed to be Tilion. And now I'm kind of wondering if this supposed cultist is Arion, actually. And, when they were holding up the shield when that gal was checking out the crash site, if you will, one of the people that was holding up a shield or a mirror or something like that. It almost looked like a sun wrapped by a crescent moon, but I could be totally wrong. One of the things I love about this show is that I can conjecture, and I might be wrong. But anyway, we'll see how wrong I am once we see this episode. Let's roll it. This intro's really growing on me, by the way. Is this Galadriel here? Oh, wow. What a shock. Well, obviously she didn't get burned by that. Even though it looked pretty fiery when it came blowing past her. I wonder how she's gonna take this. You know, she's so convinced in herself. All the way up till this point, probably. As soon as that mountain blew, she probably knew something, you know, somehow that she had been on the wrong track. Oh my god. That's tragic. Oh, I'm supposing these people are all just burned where they, where they were sitting. Some of them have made it inside, but a lot of the buildings look like they're destroyed too. Well, there's there's another person right there. I think everybody here is gonna have some PTSD here. Was it Theo?
Are you hurt?
I'm kind of hoping they show his shirt up close again a little more. Yeah, considering all the wood and everything else caught fire, it's kind of surprising that they didn't get burned. Oh no, is this kid trapped under here?
Soldier, over here!
Oh, there's Miriel. Yeah, don't leave him. Okay, so we got Isildur. Oh, and we got his friends. Who was that? Is that Ontimo? Yeah. Oh, man. Well, kid didn't want to see battle anymore.
Soldier! He's gone! He's gone!
Yeah, where was everybody hiding? Like, yeah, you don't want to go in there. Huh.
Get them out here!
Miriel, you need to just stay out of there. Oh, come on, Isildur. Oh, did she just burn her eyes there? Oh, they're finally there, huh?
No, he's right. I remember this.
Well, I wonder what happened here. Just indiscriminately burned. It's not like the whole area is burned.
My great-grand used to speak of mountains to the south that could spit fire rock.
Oh, interesting. So this is from Druin.
Sometimes for hundreds of years, only to wake again when a new evil is rising.
So they all suspect the Meteor Man here, huh?
Maybe he could fix it.
Yes. Go on, Nori. Fix those wounds. What you waiting for?
Yeah, what is he doing? Oh, interesting. He is healing the tree. It's literally just shedding its bark like skin and all the ash and everything else. Yeah, back off. Yeah, don't look at him that way. He's trying. It doesn't seem like he's evil. I could have been right at the first episode, but I still don't think he's Sauron.
Something sacred in return.
Why should we trust any elf?
Why wouldn't you at this point?
For I am no common elf, but
Well,
Elrond
half man. Yeah. Not really on board with this plan, huh? Well, Durin's gonna have to talk him into it. Not unexpected. Elrond shouldn't think for a second that he could talk the king into that, but
I will not risk dwarven lives to help the elves cheat death.
Cheat death? Father!
The fate of the elves was decided many ages ago by minds much wiser Much farther seeing than our own.
That is true.
I am sorry, my son. But their time has come.
Bad news, friend.
We say no more.
Marie.
Means more than simply farewell.
Ooh, man, Durin's taking this really
Means-
hard, isn't he?
Go towards goodness.
Hey, your good spirit's just making it harder for him, Elrond. That's crazy. No, you keep that mithril. Use it. Somebody might be saved. Well, this can't be the final outcome. Yeah, wow, he's upset. Well, there's the proof that, I guess Celebrimbor was getting at. Oh, yeah, she looks like she got burnt a little bit. She looks a little shell-shocked.
Captain, where is he?
Well, we know Isildur's alive, but
Where is my son?
he's in a collapsed, burning building.
Dead.
Yeah, everybody's just shell-shocked here. Ooh.
How much further until we're clear of this smoke?
You're not in the smoke, really. Oh, is she blinded?
Keep walking, both of you. Guide my horse. No one need notice.
Just do as she says, Elendil. No one need notice.
Elendil, please.
Wow, so she got blinded just with that little bit of ash falling into her eyes, huh?
They call it Greenwood the Great. Keep your head down and your eye on that line of cliffs. The people there can help you find your stars.
Oh, these are the book pages? What, are you sending him away?
Because all I can tell you is Harford folk haven't seen him since the days our ancestors lived in parts unknown over 1,000 years ago.
You haven't seen that constellation for 1,000 years? Yeah, you can't regret meeting the stranger. I mean, he helped you get your cart here. Your whole family would have been ostracized from the rest of the Harfoot clan had you not had his help.
Have you ever lost someone close? To them?
My brother, Finrod. And my husband,
Husband?
Say what?
Celeborn, was his name.
Was his name? Where the hell is
We met in a
Celeborn?
glade of flowers. I was dancing and he saw me there.
That's
You
kind of like the
were dancing.
story of Luthien and Baron.
All seemed so very far away then.
So she thinks Celeborn is dead.
Do not take the burden of this day upon your shoulders, Theo. You may find it difficult to put it down again.
Well, that explains a lot about Galadriel that she lost her husband. Or
I'll
thinks
have to
she
let it
did.
go.
I cannot yet see it.
Oh, we are going to mine the mithril after all. Well, that's kind of what the king was worried about, isn't it? Delve too deep and too greedily. Oh, there's mithril right there. You found it. Is there light shining out of it? Sure is. I actually like this
Durin.
kind of storyline with the Silmarillion light. Well, there he is.
Father.
Seize the elf.
Oh, what? Oh, well, I mean, kind of broke the rules, didn't they? Oh, did he get his piece of mithril back? That might be all you get, Elrond. Yeah, pretty much full rebirth.
Can you believe it, Nor? There's no bounty here to feast tonight.
Yeah, they're gonna need somebody big to haul that cart. So I'm really curious if this is Arian, the pilot of the sun. Like I said, Only one female Maiar that I'm aware of.
You're going the wrong way. He went that way. on now.
Why are you telling him that?
Alright!
What was just taking off her head?
Off with you now!
Be gone.
What, did they just burn all their food and all their carts? Well, she made it back. I can see why she wouldn't be in a hurry to go back down there. I'm sure a lot of them blame her for it.
Theo?
Oh. There she is. I hope Arondir's there too. There he is. You know, Tar Palantir said that Miriel would only find darkness in Middle-earth. Well, she found that.
Do not spend your pity on me, elf.
Huh.
Save it for our enemies. For they do not know what they have begun.
Good for you, Miriel, not to give up. Just because of a little injury to yourself.
Numenor will return.
Then the elves
Good for you, Miriel.
will be ready.
Yes. The last alliance
Captain.
of men and elves.
We sail with the tide. Nori, where are you going?
To help my friend. Warn him what's coming.
Good for
He
you.
deserves at least that. We've left enough folk behind, we're not leaving him.
Quite ready for an adventure.
You girls aren't going anywhere. Not without me.
Good for you too.
Coming with you.
Awesome. Now you can explain to me why you think the
matter anyway,
strange,
we're all gonna die.
why the skies are strange. 'Cause I really want to know.
Otherwise we'll be here all day.
Where will you go?
An old Numenorian colony by the mouth of the Anduin. Pelage, they called it. They say there's fresh land. Fresh
Yes.
A fresh start.
Isn't that where
And I will report
Dol
to our High
Amroth is?
Your king.
water. Has no one informed you?
Southlanders found him on the road like this. Yesterday eve.
The wound soured overnight.
This wound needs elvish medicine.
I will not abandon these lands and condemn them to burn.
Well, I don't
No
think you have a
way.
choice on that matter. They're gonna burn regardless of what you do. Oh, so I suppose this means that she's taking him to a Region now. That helps kind of tie it into the storyline again, doesn't it? So I wonder if he'll get a chance to meet Celebrimbor here coming up. Oh, is he finally gonna look in the hole?
Seal it up.
Ooh. Durin's Bane. Was that him waking up there? I wonder if he's just been down there just kind of hanging out all this time.
This is our land now. That is the name of a place that no longer exists.
Or should we call it instead, Lord Father?
Now I kind of wonder if him being a Moriondor kind of led to the place being called Mordor. Oh, that was really neat. He did that. That's awesome. Looks like Mordor now for sure. Well, that was episode 7 and a really good episode. Of course, I liked episode 6 because it was action-packed, but this one gave us a chance to slow down a little bit and learn more about these characters. Obviously, Arondir and Bronwyn were kind of out of it a little bit, but that gave us a chance to get a little more in-depth with Theo's character. I was hoping to get a look at his shirt again to see the symbols on there, but, you know, he's obviously too dirty for that. But At the same time, Galadriel had the opportunity to talk to him, said that she saw good in his heart, and I trust that that's not a misdirection at this point. I don't know if they're still trying to misdirect us in episode 7 when there's only one episode left this season, but that very well could be. But he does seem legitimately to be a good person. So now it just makes me wonder more and more who his father was. Again, why he would have that Morgul blade or key printed on his shirt. So, I don't know, really good one, but Galadriel and Celeborn, wow, what a brain twister that is. So if Celeborn is alive somewhere, obviously, but she thinks he's dead, that kind of explains a lot about her character and the kind of warpath she's been on. She lost her brother and her husband, and she, gave a little story about their meeting, and it sounded just like Beren and Luthien's kind of meeting, where Luthien was dancing in the glade and Beren came upon her. But really cool. I'm hoping that we do get to see Celeborn. Obviously, it'll be a surprise to Galadriel at this point if that occurs. But also, when I was saying something about her and Halbrand having some sort of like a romantic interlude there, that might actually be plausible considering that she thinks Celeborn's dead and has been assumedly for centuries now. So really good. I'm not sure how they're going to finish this one off. I still think Halbrand is Soren somehow. I just, the plot points that they keep hitting are very loosely followed, but if I just look at those loose plot points, it still appears like Halbrand's hitting those. Like I said, loosely. But it seems like he's probably on his way to Eregion right now, in which case he'll meet Celebrimbor, and with kind of the fallout between the elves and the dwarves, maybe Halbrand comes in with some saving methods to go use what little mithril they had to achieve the same goal. Obviously, they're not going to get a whole mountain's worth of mithril now, so they've got to make do with whatever little bit Elrond has. So maybe Halbrand has the key to that, and because of that, Celebrimbor and company, even if they suspect he might be someone other than he is, how they would go along with it. So we'll see how it goes in the next episode. I'm just really excited to get there. This series has been just awesome so far, and I think it's going to finish good too. So please give a like, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.